Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. With the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, or so I call it, the Dead Rising Remake just getting announced, a lot of people, especially Dead Rising fans, are very eager to learn everything they can about this game. So today, we're going to be going through and talking about all the changes that I noticed. So before we get into the goodies, gotta give props to where they're due, so special shout out to the Dead Rising Discord and Reddit for really helping bringing all this information together. Now, the main change that I'm sure everybody has noticed is the new graphics, which is using the RE engine, which is what the modern day Resident Evil games use, so if you've played those, then you know they're beautiful. Within the mall itself, we don't know if any new stores or locations were added. My guess is probably not, but we do know that they put up some additional signs and things that make the mall pop a bit more. One of the best improvements Dead Rising 2 made was adding the ability to move while shooting. It's a nice quality of life feature that is now possible in the remake too. One really cool addition I saw was now you can use certain items to block attacks. Like for example, during the Carlito fight, you can just pick up a barrel and walk towards him. As he shoots at it, you can see the health of it go down. So it's cool to see more sandbox features, cause you know, Dead Rising is one big sandbox game, and I really think that's the best thing about it. Most zombie games don't have anywhere near the amount of things you can do in Dead Rising. Not meaning to trash on any other games, but I do feel like that interactability really lacked in Dead Island too. Thought it'd be cool to jump on a skateboard and ride around every once in a while. But, nope. Anyways, main point, they were doing this in 2006, we should be having more freedom now. Enough of my mini ramble though. I know the survivors in the Dead Rising remake can give you tips, which will appear as a notification from the right. The psychopaths can also trigger notifications, so maybe all NPC dialogue outside of cutscenes comes from there. It was announced with the deluxe edition of the Deluxe Remaster, kind of silly to say that there will be 17 Capcom costumes that Frank can wear, referencing things like Resident Evil, Mega Man, and so on, but we did learn that there aren't going to be special abilities. At least to the extent of Dead Rising 4's Capcom Heroes mode, which allows you to do special moves, and it's honestly pretty cool. So to me, I'm kind of sad that won't be returning, but apparently the way zombies interact with you when you wear the costumes is a bit different. The interview where this was revealed doesn't really make it super clear, so let me know your thoughts down below. The camera itself gets a couple of new features like the shutter button or autofocus, and also you can now get shot by zombie cops like in the original beta for the first Dead Rising. One of the more controversial things with this remake is the new voice of Frank West, and I guess I should say the whole voice cast because a lot of people got replaced. How many? Well, we don't really know right now. We don't even know the voice actor for Frank West. We'll find out when the time comes. One interesting recently revealed detail is the radio can now be used freely, so when you're being attacked by zombies, you can actually defend yourself. And it's also fully voiced, so that's partly why I think we'll be getting a full new voice cast. One thing that Capcom has been continuously hyping up is the new and improved NPC AI. In case you've never played the original game, it was rough. It was really bad. A lot of the time when you tried to take a survivor back to the safe house, they wouldn't follow you, they would get themselves killed, you would have to reload a save. It was a nightmare. In addition to that, I'm also glad that we're going to be getting stairs on the rooftop as well, finally. No more to the survivors getting stuck at that annoying ass ledge. Now, we know censorship is growing and is extremely prevalent in the media we consume these days, but this thing actually really caught me by surprise. Capcom Japan was considering changing the word psychopath, due to changes in the time and how marketable overseas it can be. And, well, we know some things are already changed, so more is probably to come. Larry got a random redesign and Cheryl now wears a different dress. Moving on, in the Dead Rising remake, you can now fast forward using your watch, which is a nice quality of life feature. And another addition that some people absolutely hate and some people really like is the autosave. They made it a little bit more casual friendly, which is sometimes a blessing and a curse. We'll see how it turns out. As expected with a game as old as Dead Rising, it was inevitable the UI would get a change, and it sure did, but I don't really know how to feel about it just yet. Frank actually does look pretty cool in the menu, the map looks fine, but the biggest thing that irks me is just the gameplay UI. It's extremely boxy with the health squares being blue instead of yellow for some reason. And I do kind of feel like it lost the newscast look that the original had. Maybe there's more to it that we haven't seen, but I do like how minimal it is. Another thing is the directional arrow from the original has been removed and was replaced by a compass. I'm not really able to confirm this myself, but I have heard some old beta zombie models are returning in the new version, and they do show a rocket launcher on the cover art for the game, so maybe that'll appear too. It is also nice to see more languages are going to be supported this time around, with there being 9 and 14 subtitle options. Right now, that is pretty much everything new that I've noticed in the Deluxe Remaster. I'm sure there's probably so much more that's hidden. Let us know down below if you saw anything else that changed. While I do wish there was a sandbox mode or a co-op mode of some sort, I am glad we're getting these quality of life features. They are going to make a pretty big difference. There are a few things that really concern me, like them nearly censoring the word psychopath. Little things like that just weirdly confuse me, so I'm really curious what else has changed. At the end of the day though, hoping for the best. With that said, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like the video, subscribe if you want, and stop by for the next one everyone. Cheers.